All right, y'all. Now we got the Aleilah, the little girl Aleilah, who then hit the other young girl in the head with the baton while they running. And granted, the little girl Aleilah is saying, "Oh, well, I didn't mean to hit her in the head. That wasn't my intent. My baton." Now my son plays runs track, so we watch these types of things, right? But the video that they have out, it clearly shows that the young girl hit her, because she did like that. If she would have raised that baton up and it got stuck, it wouldn't have went like that. It would have went just back like that. You know what I'm saying? It would have went back. Because when you doing your arms, your arm ain't going like this. Your arms are moving like this. So how are you not hitting the girl? How did you not hit the girl on purpose if you hit it like, if you swatted her? Makes no sense, right? So she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do anything. I didn't hit her on purpose." This is my thing. Yes, you did hit her on purpose, thinking that you weren't going to get caught. The frustration of somebody running on the side of you, either too close, making you feel like, now, girl, you in my way, move. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Do people get frustrated? Yes. She took her frustration out the wrong way. That was the problem. Because I can see her saying in her head, "Girl, would you fucking move on my way?" Like that. Which made her hit the girl. It's a reflex, right? Because you're doing something, and I'm not saying it's a reflex for everyone, but I'm saying that that's the reflex that gave off, right? But you didn't hit the girl in the head too hard and knocked her damn head off. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Had she did it on accident, she would have stopped and been like, "Ooh, I'm so sorry." She would have stopped. She would have stopped running and be like, "Ooh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." She kept running because she knew, I'm gonna knock this bitch head off because you was in my way. Move. It's like that. So for her, and this is where we fail as parents, because we don't tell our kids the truth. Instead of her mama saying, "I know you hit that girl in the head. I know you hit that girl in the head on purpose, out of frustration." Instead of her having a real conversation with her, this is how we as parents get fucked up. Because we let our kids get us into bullshit. And we trying to save them, knowing that our child is the culprit of bullshit. So when you allow your child to be the culprit, that I'm going to save you when I know the fuck you in the wrong, and you're not allowing them to hold themselves accountable, this is when children get out of line. This is where kids say, "Oh, I can fuck off. I can fuck shit up, and I know that my mama and my daddy they're gonna make sure that I get off of this murder. They're gonna make sure that I get off of this baton, hit the baton." Instead of her saying, "I know you hit that girl," that does not make me not love you. It doesn't make me look at you any different. But it tells me that you have issues with frustration. When you get frustrated, then you don't know how to act. That means that tells you that she's emotionally unbalanced when things like that are happening. She has no idea how to critically think and keep her head steady, right? Her mom and them rallying together to get activists, NAACP activists, involved so that she doesn't be charged with an assault and battery. So the activists are saying, no, the mama standing there giving her speech because her daughter's crying. She's crying because she's not crying. I'm not saying that she's not sorry, and she's not crying because she's not sorry, but she's crying because she got caught. That's why she's crying. I'm crying because I got caught. So I have to to be sorry, and I'm sorry that I got caught. I'm actually sorry that the girl head got hurt, but at the same time, she was in my way. That's her heart. But verbally, she's not going to say that. She's not going to be honest and be like, oh yeah, I hit her because out of frustration, she was in my motherfucking way, and I had to hit her ass. Because it's not politically, it's not correct. In human nature, that's not the way you should be. Right? But her mama standing on the side of her, like I said, instead of her being honest with her and telling her the hard truth. It's a hard truth because nobody wants to open up that can of worms that your child is doing something wrong, right? You want to think in your head that your child does everything right, and because she's getting ready to get a scholarship, she's getting good grades. I know my baby would not be doing that. She's not gonna be trying to hit no girl in the head with no baton on purpose. She is not that jealous. She is not. That's how her mama's taking it in, as opposed to saying, my child has made a mistake, and she's paying for that mistake by way of court, by way of another child being hurt and injured, and by way of frustration. And we want to apologize to the parents and the child that was involved. But her mama don't want to say that. Her mama, I'm standing 10 toes down that my daughter didn't do a damn thing. She was being an athlete. You standing 10 toes down on that, and it's okay for you to stand 10 toes down on that. But also, it's okay for you to hold your child accountable that she hit the girl on purpose out of frustration. But because you don't want to wear the mask of I'ma be judged and look at what she done raised, that don't mean you raised a hell of a child. That means that you raised a child that does not know how to keep her emotions in check. But that does not mean that cannot be corrected. So now you got to pretend and let this little girl try to pretend go through life like she made the right decision and she did something right until it becomes a bigger problem. You see what I'm saying? She's one of them parents that would laugh if her child, her baby was maybe 1 year old or something, and her baby say shit, and she be like, oh. You know what I'm saying? But saying it at the right time, but she would laugh it off. And then later on, when the child is cussing her ass out, then she like, what did I do? You brought it on yourself. So now, if you don't want to hold your child accountable for hitting that young lady in the head, it doesn't make her a bad person. It makes her a person that needs to work on her frustration. It makes her a person that needs to work on her emotions. That's what that makes her a person be, and it makes her a person accountable for her actions. But when you're taking away the accountability and you're going to take the pain away and you're going to take it and put it on yourself, then bitch, you was an idiot. Because neither you nor your daughter nor your motherfucking husband have learned any motherfucking thing. This is why y'all make the decisions that y'all make, and this is why your children grow up to be the motherfucking narcissistic children that they become. Because you don't hold them accountable. And then they think they owed every fucking thing. So now that you're getting ready to get her ass off the hook, ma'am, since you're going to get her off the hook, now she going to go to college and ain't learned a motherfucking thing and be able to do the same shit again, because she going to say, I got away with it once, now I can do it again. Because all we got to do is get a couple activists, hopefully nobody catches or sees it. That's when motherfuckers become slick. And that's when they become sneaky. And because you're opening that door for her to be such a dishonest person, a liar, sneaky, my mama always told me, nigga, if you a lying cheat, you a steal, you a kill. I can't fuck with you. So what I'm saying is, the mama need to be checked. If I were them, I wouldn't take, it's a bunch of bull crap. She hit the girl on purpose. It's unfortunate, but she did. That is what happens. You hit that girl on purpose, and now you have to suffer the consequences. But because your mammy ain't gonna allow you to suffer the consequences, she's going to try to save you every fucking time, as opposed to holding you accountable. You will never learn nothing, little baby. Hold yourself accountable. Tell the young lady that you're sorry and really mean it. Stop all this crying. You wasn't crying when you put your hands on her. You wasn't crying when you lift that baton and you hit that girl. You did like this, which was that. If you was doing this, you would have had that baton and it would have kind of slightly hit that girl. And it wouldn't have hit her that hard to give her a motherfucking concussion. The way you hit her, baby, that was forceful. That's what that was. But you don't want to accept it. It's okay. We know the truth. And you will be charged. Okay? You will be charged. And the NAACP needs to stop hindering the children. Hindering folks that don't need to be, they need to be held accountable. So that's all I got. I wish both these athletes the best. I also wish the young lady who has the concussion, I wish her healing. But Aleilah, hold yourself accountable. And your mama ought to be shaming herself for standing there running her motherfucking mouth and saying some of the things that she's saying, as if you're not a child that will get out of line and do some shit. We know what our kids will do. We know what they'll do. It's some shit your parent, the teacher will call home and say, your child has been involved, and you be like, God damn. And in your mind, you like, it sounds like some shit she'll do. You know what I'm saying? Because you know your child. So she needs to hold herself accountable too, because she knows her kid. So in the meantime, in between time, y'all have a good one, and I'm out.